and it didn't even sound like me. But I reckon she heard all right, 'cause she went on out of the room, and by she came by in with a tray, with a bowl, a setting on it. Well, she set the tray down on the bedside table, and then she helped me get all set up, and then she put fluffed up pillows back behind my back for me to lean back and rest myself on. It hurt me some to move around like that, but I managed to get myself all set up with some kind of help from Mrs. O. And then, by God, if she didn't sit right down beside me on the edge of a bed, and she picked up the tray again, and she went and spoon fed me from out of that bowl of steaming beef broth. It was so damn good, and it felt just for all the world like as if it was a putting the strength right back inside of me and a working around to heal up that bullet hole. I really and truly thought I could feel it doing that. But mostly, I was a thinking that my own mother wouldn't never treated me so good as what the fine lady was doing, sitting there on the bed beside me like that and spooning that hot broth right into my mouth. And I don't know what it was come over me so powerful strong, but all of a sudden there was tears a pouring down my cheeks and I couldn't do nothing about it. Not a damn thing. There, she said, and she tucked up the fine white napkin from off the tray, and real gentle like, she dabbed at my cheeks and my eyes with it. You're going to be just fine. Does it hurt very bad? Oh, it ain't that, ma'am, I said. The hurting didn't make me do that. I can take it. And I ain't scared of dying or nothing like that. It ain't that neither. It's just that, well, no one ever treated me this good before in my whole entire life. Well, I'd be damned if she didn't set the tray aside right then and just reach her arms around me and hold me real close against her breast. And when she went and done that, I really commenced to brawling. She let me brawl till I was totally bawled out. And then she went and mopped up my face again. And then she finished feeding me that bowl of broth. When she was finally all done, she told me to just lay back and close my eyes and try to get some more sleep. Well, I done what she told me to do, and she pulled the covers up over me real snug, up to my chin, kinda tucking me in, but I didn't sleep, not right off. I closed my eyes alright, but I just lay there a thinking about that wonderful kind lady and how good and sweet she was at treating me, and I couldn't help it. But I was thinking about my old ma too, and I was thinking how she had slapped me across the face the very first day I ever seen her before I ran off from home for good and ever. Well, it took a while, but I sure enough did commence to getting better. I was up and around before long, but my left shoulder and arm was sore enough, stiff and useless. I used them a little bit each day, just as much as I could, till I was feeling much better I was feeling most good as new. By God, I had been shit on and shot at and hit, and I was still alive, and I was getting well. I was a for real walking cowhand, and I had killed myself two damn pieces. And at just only 16 years of age, I had just come to believe that I was one hell of a tough gunfighting man. Then one morning, I was setting out on the front porch at the big house all by my lone self, sipping some nice hot coffee Mrs. O had gave me, when Mr. O came out of the house with Ole Rod, and then Mrs. O came right out behind them. They all had kinda long face on them, but Mrs. O look was the longest. Palm Lee, said Mr. O. Generally, I give unpleasant chores like this to Rod here to take care of. But in your case, I mean to talk to you direct. I looked up at him feeling right curious and I said, "Yes, sir." "I'm letting you go," he said. "I have to. I think you're about healed enough now to travel." He handed me a roll of bills, which I took, but I really didn't know why he was giving them to me or why I was taking them. So I just sat there, staring at him and holding all the money out there in front of myself. "That's all your back pay plus a little bonus," he said. "Cut yourself out a good horse, your choice, and take a saddle and tack. That's all I can do for you. Rod tells me that you'll make a good cowhand one of these days. You're a hard worker. I'm sorry to have to do you this way, but I've always made it a policy to keep no wild hand on my place. You drew 4 gun hands onto my place after you. Then instead of hiding out a spell, you came right out to face them. We had 4 killings on the place. As a result of that, right here in front of my own house, I got to let you go, boy." I looked over at Mrs. O, and damn me, if she didn't have tears running down her cheeks. "Can't we make this one exception?" she said. "He's so young, and it really wasn't his fault." "No, mother," the old man said, "we can't." "Hey," I said, standing up and setting my coffee cup aside. "I understand, and I really did too." I thought about what a fine lady that Mrs. O was, and how good she had been to me all the time I was laid up like that. She sure didn't need to no one like me hanging around her place and bringing my kind of trouble around. I was right proud of Mr. O for seeing it that way too. I was glad for her to know that he was taking good care of her like that. I don't want to be the cause of no kind of trouble around here. You all have been real good to me, more than I reckon I deserve. I'll just be pulling right on out. But first, I just want to thank you all for everything you've done for me." Well, I couldn't say no more without getting sappy. So I just took all the cash into my shirt pocket and turned away real quick and stepped down off a perch and started to make my way on over towards the corral. I was about halfway over there whenever Ole Rod caught up with me and handed me my own gun belt and my hat. I was glad he'd done that, because I had known they was still back there inside the house. And I just felt real awkward about going back in there myself after I had just been told to move my young ass on out there. I reckon that either Mr. O or maybe his wife had ducked back inside and got hold of them, then gave them to Rod to take on out to me. Anyhow, I took them from Ole Rod and thanked him. I stuck the hat up, then top of my head and strapped on my coat at the corral. Rod helped me catch up a good horse and saddled it up. It was a brown stallion, one I had rode before, and I liked him. We had got along good together. He didn't have no name that I reckoned about. I just called him Ole Horse. I led Ole Horse on over to the bank house, tied him there to the hinge rail, and went inside to gather up my gear. I noticed that Ole Rod had went back over to the big house. Well, I made myself a blanket roll out of all my stuff and went outside to tie it on behind Ole Horse's saddle. Then, Cookie had picked up on what was going on with me, and he brought me along some trail food to pack in, and I made sure I had myself a couple of canteens full of water. I wasn't about to get myself out on a long trail unprepared again, like I had did before. I had learned that reason real good, And the last time, finally, I mounted up on Ole horse to ride on out of there. I was going out past the big house when Rod came running out and waving to me. He had some kind of paper in his hand. I held up short, and he came on over. He held that paper up for me to take. It's a bill of sale for the horse, he said, in case anyone ever challenged you of its ownership. This paper will prove he's yours. Mr. O signed it and told me to give it to you. Kid, I'm so sorry about this. I tried to talk him out of it. I took the paper and shoved it inside my shirt. Thanks, I said. It's all right. And he done the best thing. Tell him and the missus. Tell them that I said thanks for everything and say, will you tell Ole text so long for me? Sure, I will, he said.